On today's bonus show, we'll be talking about some new healthcare industry scams, including a body imaging business. I've done a lot of research into this. This is one you're not going to want to miss. And these scams are cropping up more and more. We also have a new bizarre TSA story, and we'll also go through a list of the most dangerous cities in the USA as well as in the world. A lot of surprises on there for me, I have to say, Lewis.
Yeah, there were some cities not only have I never heard of being mentioned usually when it comes to stuff like that, but in the U.S. especially, very surprising.
Perfect. News stations, WFTE in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Mount Cobb, Pennsylvania. Hello to everyone there who is listening to the David Pakman Show. We're thrilled to be on. Let's get to your email. 6% of scientists identify themselves as conservatives. A lot of email about this. Are the scientists Democrats, though? I bet you they are socialists or Marxists, considering it's a scientific method of governance. Well, no, you would be wrong. 6% identified as conservative, and 55%, I believe, were, I think 55% were liberal, and maybe 45% were Democrats or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was a lot. And you have to remember that a lot of scientists are funded by public money, and most aren't entrepreneurs. Republicans don't like that. Well, this is really the opposite. It's given that you are a scientist, do you like conservative and Republican values? Not do Republicans like how scientists are funded.
But this would be a conflict of interest.
It would be a conflict for sure. Sarah Palin's Paul Revere gaffe. More Palin history. This is a bizarre comment. More Palin history. The Japanese went to Israel to liberate the Serbians from the concentration camps in World War II. Does anyone understand that message? I don't get that one.
Just making fun of Palin.
I mean, it's a faux next comment from Sarah Palin.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. I wonder if she even knows what the Boston Tea Party was. Ask her that. And you knew she was in trouble after she started her response by saying, "He who warned the," followed by a deep breath. You know, I knew that it was going to be trouble once she was asked the question. I didn't even need to hear the first word from her. And on the war on drugs, which I said is just flat out not working. The war is an utter and complete failure. They address it as a criminal issue when it's an obvious health issue and lock people up for years at a time. I agree. I'm Portuguese, and in fact, the government will give heroin to users. People are not going to go and buy it if the government is giving it away, and it certainly isn't cool to go and get it at a clinic just to try it. It has worked wonderfully. You know, I still am not completely convinced that just the government giving heroin to people is really a good idea. However, I understand the merits and the successes of decriminalization.
Right.
And lastly, the war on drugs is just more perks for the military-industrial complex. No question that the military-industrial complex is tied into the war on drugs in more ways than we could even, we could spend days just talking about that.
No doubt.
Okay, the iPad. We're down to only a couple of weeks till we give away the iPad. DavidPakman.com/membership. This is a great time to support the show. We're close to expanding programming again, which we did about 6-7 months ago. If and when it happens, I should say when it happens, it will be the direct result of the membership program. So DavidPakman.com/membership. We'll talk to you on the bonus show, healthcare scams, TSA story, most dangerous cities in the world. Next week, join us at Netroots Nation in Minneapolis, Thursday night, 9 p.m. at the Newsroom. I will be there. Jay Tomlinson from Best of the Left podcast will be there, as well as Sam Cedar from The Majority Report. Info on DavidPakman.com.
The David Pakman Show at DavidPakman.com.